Who knows when we will lose this body? But we all think that we're not going to die. Who thinks we will die? We think a little bit that we might die. Not today we'll die, but tomorrow or the day after or sometime. Maybe after 50 years, maybe 90 years old I will live until. Huh? So we are thinking we will not die. We don't know when we will die. This is true, is it not? Nobody knows when we will leave. Sometimes the child in the mother's lap dies. Who knows? Go to the crematorium ground. We've seen so many young people being cremated. Kavidas is saying, in the cemetery, there are corpses of young people, Still, we are thinking, I will be old, then I will leave my body. This is not the case. We have come with a return ticket. Do you understand what a return ticket is? It is fixed. That we just don't know the date of that return ticket. When we will go, we don't know. Who knows? The Lord knows. Who knows? One disciple asked his Gurudev, listening to your class, I was very inspired. You told, what should we all do? We should chant and we should perform worship of the Lord. Hearing this, I became very happy. But when should I start my bhajan? Please tell me. I have to take Diksha mantras, but people say, which day is auspicious to take Harinam Diksha? Please tell me. Gurudev said, oh my son, the last day of your life is the best day to perform bhajan. Do you understand? Gurudev said, Antim din, Janam ke antim, Jivan ke antim, the last day of our life. The disciple said, what's the last day? What is the last day of our life? Gurudev said, listen, we should understand every day that today is our last day of our life. This is our last day. Meaning that from today we should start to perform our devotional practice. When we understand this, that this is the last day of our life, this moment and this phrase, proverb, what you should do tomorrow that is good, you should do today, because you don't know how long you will live. So for this reason, we should perform Bhagavad Bhajan. When we will leave this body, we don't know. So the last day, every day is our last day. When we will leave this body, we don't know. We will leave all of our wealth. So at any moment, we should chant the holy names of the Lord in this song. This treasure of the holy names of the Lord, I am distributing in every village, every town, every alley, every street. In every street, I am calling out. This in this Braj Hindi song is, if you are the beloved of Ram or the beloved of Krishna, what I am doing in the market, I am selling, distributing this Krishna name, Ram name. This is a very precious jewel. Jewels and emeralds and diamonds and sapphires in every street and alleyway. Your wealth and fame and fortune will be left behind. This is the truth. Not only kirtan is not just external, but when we experience and realize, then we can enter deeper into our bhajan. But we are thinking, we have made one house of one floor, then second floor, third floor, and carrying on building like this, just like a firefly. Reshmi kira? Oh, silkworm. Silkworm. Just like a silkworm. That silkworm makes its home underneath the leaf by its own saliva. And the end, and closes the door of that cocoon. And then at that time, the farmers, they collect these silkworms and put them in hot water, and they make cloth, silk. Silk is made like that. Where does that come? From the dead body of the silkworm. From its own saliva, it makes its home. Cocoon. Cocoon bolte hain English mein. Cocoon. And it makes its home. And then at that time, that is the moment of its death. Meaning, what is the meaning? That we are living with this aspiration. When we will die, we don't know. What we should do, and until we have this body, we should do a little devotional service and take shelter of Shri Guru. That's like in the house we have so many deities of so many demigods. This is not real worship, devotion. One should be one-pointed. One who worships one, worships all. One who worships all, worships nobody. Listen carefully, understand. You cannot cross the river with 2 feet in 2 separate boats. One foot in 2 separate boats. You should sit in one boat and remember the Lord. Who is that? Lord Shri Krishna. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Mamekam Sharanam in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says this in his last verses. The Lord Krishna tells Arjun, Arjun didn't need to listen, hear this. It is for our benefit. Taja mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarvapebhyo mokshami ma sucha. I am giving you this promise. Krishna is saying. Arjun, Krishna is telling Arjun, come and take shelter of my lotus feet. I give you promise. I will deliver you from this material world. If you're thinking, I still have so much to do in this world, how can I leave this job? I will incur sin. Then the Lord is saying, oh, listen, don't think like this. I will deliver you from all sinful reactions. Just come and take shelter of me. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This last sloka of Srimad Bhagavad Gita is very important for the human being. Everyone should remember this and perform their devotional practice only of Bhagavan Shri Krishna. All the demigods, demigoddesses, they are servants of the Lord. They are the followers of the Lord's instructions. One should not dishonor any demigod or demigoddess. According to their position, we should keep them. But who should we serve? The Lord. Govinda. Everything is fulfilled by worshipping Govinda. Just like a tree, the roots of the tree, like the roots of a tree, we give water, then all the leaves and branches are nourished. If you don't give water to the roots and you give a little water to the leaves and branch, what will happen? They will dry. But if you put water in the roots, then it will flourish. In the same way, Lord Sri Hari, Govinda, by performing a devotional practice, all the demigods and demigoddesses will be satisfied. Well, if the Lord is pleased, then all the demigods are pleased, because they are all worshipping Govinda. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. In the Brahma Samhita, Lord Brahma is saying, Anadi Adi Govinda Sarvakaranam Karanam. The cause of all causes. Who is the cause of all causes? Govinda is. All the demigods and demigoddesses, they are just posts. Departments, ministers. The one who takes that chair or post is called by that name. The Prime Minister is not any particular person, it's a post. Their name is written on that post. That Prime Minister is a post. President, President, Minister. If you are qualified, then you can attain that post, and your name will be written on that. you Prime Minister of New Zealand. Prime Minister of New Zealand. Your name will be written under that post. When you leave that post, किसी और का नाम लिख जाएंगे. Once you finish that post, somebody else's. Ex-president. If you once leave, you were. It's true or not? In the same way, Brahma, Shiv, Narad, Indra, they are all servants of the Lord. They attain the qualification, then the Lord gives them that position. Brahma is a post. We don't understand this actually. Who knows when the post will finish? One beggar arrived at one place. There was a young boy of 10, outside of son of a wealthy, rich person. The beggar said to the boy, "Give me a little wealth, and you will go to heaven." Then the young boy was very intelligent. Some children are very intelligent like this. I've given you all of Delhi. The young boy said to the beggar, "I have given you all of Delhi." Then the beggar said, "Is it Delhi belong to you that you can give it to me?" Well, then is the heavenly planets, do you all belong to you that you can give me the heavens? Yeah. Does heaven belong to you that you can give me heaven? Better. Barter. You're selling this to... You yourself don't have it. You're giving me this blessing that I will have heavenly planets. So what is in this material world is temporary. This body is temporary. When it will go, who knows? So what should we do? We should perform devotional practice. We should offer respects to all the demigods, demigoddesses. We're not saying that insult them. We're not saying to criticize any of them. This would be an offense. But they are working for the pleasure of the sun god rises at the appropriate time. In Gopal Tapani Upanishad, all the demigods, Vayu, Hava, they are working according to the Lord's direction, the clouds. Or even Indra, all the demigods, demigoddesses, they're all following the instructions of the Lord. Brahma, Shiv, and all the demigods, you should respect them, honor them. And to honor them and respect them is different from worshipping them. One person comes and you honor them, respect them, welcome them. One who we worship is different. In Sanskrit, this is a different terminology. So we should honor, respect all the demigods, demigoddesses. But we should worship Only Govinda. And have Govinda in your heart. Have Govinda. Chant the names of Govinda. All demigods, demigoddesses, they all worship Govinda. They all chant Govinda's name. How many heads does Brahma have? Char. Four heads of Brahma. In this Brahmanda, the Brahma of this creator of this material universe, he has four heads. So we call him Chatur Mukh Brahma. What does this Brahma do with four heads? He chants the names of the Lord. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna hai. Brahmaji, he chants Krishna's name. Panchamukh has five heads. Lord Shiva. Panchanan. 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 Shivji. What does he do? He chants the Lord's name. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna hai. Shiva Mujpe. Shivji chants with his five heads Lord Ram's name. Who's Lord Shiva's guru? Do you know? Balaram is the guru of Shiva. Shankarshan, Balaram, he took Diksha from. It's described in the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the pastimes of Chitraketu Maharaj. Brahma, Shivji, they're all demigods, demigoddesses. They take the name of the Lord. Govinda Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Govinda Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchananda Vigraha Anadiradi Govindam Sarva Karana Karanam. So we should worship who? Only Govinda. Ure Mana Srinandanandana Abhayo Charanara Vindari. Bhajo Hure Mana Srinandanandana. Man, एकमात्र किसके भजन करो? नंदनंदन कृष्ण के भजन करो। क्योंकि सारे देव देवता किसके भजन कर रहे हैं? एकमात्र गोविंद के भजन कर रहे हैं। So we should only worship Govinda, Nandan Krishna. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What is the evidence of this, you may ask? That we should worship Krishna. His name is Vishnu also. There's one pastime in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Do you read Bhagavatam? Do you have Bhagavatam? Every house should have Bhagavat and Gita. If you consider yourself Hindu, then you should have these two books, Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. First read Gita every day. In that house where the Bhagavad Gita is recited, the Lord, along with his pleasure potency, Srimati Radhika, will be present. Asya Pratanam Patanam Radhaya Asva. Srimati Radhika, Shri Krishna with Srimati Radhika will be present. The Gita is not an ordinary book. In that house where there is a Bhagavad Gita, there's no a quarrel, there's no ghost or spirits, goblins. In that, there's no bad omens or spirits in that house. No inauspicious. Just see, keep, give tulsi leaf to Gita, one drop of Gangajal, give some chandan, sandalwood. Even if you don't know how to read in it or don't know how to read, then you should offer your obeisances to Bhagavad Gita. Everything will manifest, wealth, fortune. And another book you should keep, the Srimad Bhagavatam. And so, for this reason, I say, once, in the assembly of the sages, there was one doubt. In Shastra, the three devatas have been spoken about. Who? Brahma, Shiva, Vishnu. They're called three devata. Three. Who is the best of these three? For the sages, they were confused. One who worshipped Shiva, they thought Shiva was best. One who worshipped Brahma, they thought Brahma was best. One who worshipped Vishnu, they were Vishnu is best. All the rishis, sages, their minds became disturbed and they started to argue amongst themselves. At that time, Bhrigu Rishi came. Bhrigu Rishi. Bhrigu Rishi said, "Oh, sages, don't argue. I will establish who is the best, Brahma, Shiva or Vishnu, in these three demigods. Who is the best? I will show you. Just give me some time." And Bhrigu then left that place and I will return. Then he went to Brahma first. In Brahmalok, in Satyalok, he went there and stood there. He did not pay his obeisances, he didn't honor Brahmaji. The Brahmaji became angry. "You are my son. I am your father. You don't know how to respect your father. You should offer your obeisances to your father. And not doing this, you're standing there." In our Sanatan Hindu Dharma, we should offer our obeisances to our parents. This is the culture. This is the teaching we should give to our children. Yeah. If you pay your obeisances, then your children will do this. Where will the children learn? Begins at home. And where we see in the house what our parents are doing, these will be imbibed in the children. They cannot speak, but they can see what my mother and father are doing. That impression goes in their mind. This is a very important point, that we give the good impressions to our children. If you practice yourself, then you will get. If you do anything bad, then they will point their finger to your parents. It's not that your parents taught you these things, but society will point to your fingers point their fingers to the parents. They will swear at you using your parents' names. Did your mother and father not teach you properly? Meaning, when we live in the house, when we were young, we saw what my mother and father were doing, and that comes in impressions in us. When I grow up, slowly, that is how we behave with others. So, Brahmaji is saying to Bhrigu, did I teach you in this way? I am the father. You have insulted me. You did not bow your head to your father. When you see your guru or your mother and father, then you should at least bow your head, fold your hands. Brahmaji became very angry. It means chastised. Bhrigu Rishi left that place and went to Kailash, to Lord Shiva, and to there he didn't do any obeisances, and he started to speak out aloud in front of Lord Shiva. Oh, look at you! You have snakes around you. You have dreadlocks. You're not clean. You have ashes smeared on your body. Actually, he's not criticizing, but indirectly he's glorifying Lord Shiva. We don't understand. Here, Bhrigu Rishi was telling Lord Shiva, you have dreadlocks, you do this and that, you live here and there. In hearing this, Lord Shiva became angry. He took his trident and ran after Bhrigu. And then Bhrigu Rishi left that place. Then he went to Vishnu in Vaikuntha. You saw that picture? And Vaikuntha, Lord Vishnu is holding the disc, conch shell, lotus, like this. He's lying on the Ananta Shesh. And on that snake, he's resting with his four arms, and Lakshmi Devi is serving his lotus feet. The doors were closed. Bhrigu Rishi, by force, he pushed the doors open and came right next to Vishnu. And then Vishnu was lying there, and almost in a position of rest, half eyes closed. He was in contemplation or meditation, like when we are contemplating, our eyes are half open. While like you're in deep thought. In that same way, Lord Vishnu, he was lying back. And Lakshmi Devi was massaging his feet. Bhrigu Rishi came by force, not even 1 second waiting. Bhrigu Rishi kicked his feet on the chest of Vishnu. Latma. In that moment, the Lord became startled and woke up. What happened? Look. Lord Vishnu woke up and said to Bhrigu, certainly your feet must be in pain, because my heart is like thunder rock. And your feet are very soft and tender. Certainly you must have hurt your feet. I will massage your feet. Hearing this, Bhigu Rishi's heart melted. That time, Bhigu Rishi, you are actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Brahma and Shiva, not God. They're in the mode of passion and ignorance. Which guna has Brahma? Rajogun. He is the creator. With this, he's thinking, I am the doer. And Shiva, he is in Tamogun. And then he destroys. And with passion, creation is taken. And with Tamogun, ignorance, destruction. When you are angry, you break everything. Anger is in the mode of ignorance. And Rajagun, they say meh meh. Bakri, the sheep go meh meh. I'm the doer. I'm the doer. That energies come from the Lord. When the Lord takes back that potency, then they cannot do anything. They say, I made this, I made this. But this is not anything. The creation comes from the Lord, the potency of creation. Bhigu Rishi said that Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma are not God. They are in the mode of passion and ignorance. The Lord Sri Hari, he is beyond all qualities. The Lord Sri Hari is beyond the influence of material of Maya, the illusory potency of the Lord, the gross external potency of the Lord. The Lord, by his mode of goodness, he nourishes all the living entities. Brahma, he creates by the mode of passion. Lord Shiva destroys by the mode of ignorance. Here, remember, the Lord Sri Hari, he is not bound by any modes of material nature. So, in this reason, who is Sri Hari? He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sri Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he to show this, he kept the imprint of Bhigu Rishi on his chest. On his chest is the imprint of Bhigu Rishi's feet. When they say that I am God, people say I am God. He said, show me the print of Lord Bhigu on your chest. And Bhagwan, God, Supreme Personality of Godhead, is not an ordinary person. Another quality. On his left side, there's a golden line. This is the residing place of Lakshmi Devi. This is written in the Shastras. But who is God? What is the meaning of God? And not until we read Srimad Bhagavatam, we cannot understand. We run after others who people say they are God. When you run after such persons, then your time is lost. For this reason, Bhigu Rishi, he came in the assembly of the Rishis and announced that Brahma is not God, Shiva is not God, God Sri Hari is Govinda. That Govinda, by the instructions of whom all the demigods are functioning, whether you call them Brahma or Shiva. All the airs are moving through the injunction of the Lord. The sun, the moon, the stars, the constellations, all working under the direction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are maintained by Sri Hari, Govinda, Krishna. By worshipping Govinda, everyone becomes pleased. Everyone is satisfied. So for this reason, we should worship Govinda. Hare Srilandanandana Abhaya Charanara. I'm starting. It's all posted. No, you can't. The demigods and demigoddesses will be pleased by this. Like the example I gave of the tree, watering the root of the tree. And by this, all the leaves and flowers are satisfied. Is this true? For this reason, one should worship Govinda. If you give some water to the leaves and some to the roots as well, if we give water to both, if we think we give water to both the roots and the leaves, what's the fault in this? In this, there is no one-pointedness. For this reason, for example is given. Like we give food into the mouth, then all our senses, all our limbs, all our faculties are all nourished. If you put foodstuff in your mouth, work. The function of the mouth is to take in foodstuff. Once the senses, five senses, once all the senses were on strike and said, we will not work. I will not work, said the mouth. And the mouth talks a lot and eats a lot. Don't do any work. We are working. The feet says, I am working so hard. The hands say, I am working so hard. With the hands, we used to take the food. Well, the mouth, all it does is eat and speaks. Do this, do that. The eyes, I am seeing. The ears say that I am hearing, I am working. But the mouth just speaks. Just speaks and eats. And what did everyone do? They went on strike. All the limbs went on strike. The feet refused to work. The hands refused to put food in the mouth. The eyes refused to see. If I can,
सभी एक साथ हो गया क्या क्या जितना हमारी इंद्रियां हैं और एक तरफ कौन हो गया
all the senses went on strike
सब भौके
against the mouth.
अच्छा
so the mouth said, okay, don't give me anything to eat. 1, 2, 3 days, none of the senses gave the mouth. It's like fasting Ekadashi without water, Nirjala. First you become dizzy. You will not be able to see. Ears, you can't hear. The feet don't work. Strike. Everyone thought, what happened? And then the mouth said, start feeding me. The mouth said, then everything will start to work again. Then the hand started to feed the mouth. Put food in the mouth. Drinking water. And straight away, all the senses, all the limbs started to become functioning, healthy. Started to work. Now happy. All that ear that could not hear after eating started to listen. The eyes began to see properly. The feet started to work. So in the Bhagavatam it is said, in the same way, like we put food in the mouth, all the other limbs of the body start to work. And in the same way, by serving Vishnu, all the demigods, demigoddesses become pleased. And if you don't try to put food in your eyes, start putting food in your nose. I give you some fruit. If you give some in the eyes, some in the ears, some in the nose, what will happen? You'll die. For in this example of giving food into the mouth, all the senses are satisfied, just like giving water in the roots, all the leaves and branches are satisfied. In the same way, if you worship Govinda, all the demigods, demigoddesses become happy. They are all worshipping Govinda. For this reason, we should have this one-pointed Govinda. I don't need anything else. And chant. Govinda means in the Govinda. Just who gives pleasure to all the senses. Govinda. Govinda means many things. It means cow, Ved, Brahman, Gopi, Gopi, Gopas. And that's why you should worship Govinda. So message, Radha Mohan telling me you can come. Oh, this class is nearly finished. He's coming. Kachaure Mana. Taking the shelter of Govinda, all the fears of the living entities. What is the greatest fear? Mrityu, the death, fear of death. But we don't want to die, but for worshipping Govinda, all our fears will... I don't have. There was one advertisement in India. What is the most strongest thing? The strongest element in this material world, iron. Iron is the strongest element in this world. Look. But who melts fire? Who melts iron? Fire melts iron. He said after 10 minutes you'll finish. Well, who puts out fire? Water puts out fire. Who is better than fire? Water. Who digests water? We drink water. We digest water. That water which extinguishes fire, we drink. All the living entities drink water. So human beings are greater than water. Who does the human being fear? Kal, death. The living entities fear death. Who can defeat death? Govinda can. If you chant Krishna now, your death will be finished. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The victory over death, only Lord Hari. By chanting his name, we can conquer death. Shiva's one name is Mrityunjay. Jamahe Sugandhi Pushti Vardhanam Mrityum Mrityum Amritam Om Mrityunjaya Swaha. Shiva is known to have conquered death. Jajame Sugandhi Pushti Vardhanam Urvalokam Eva Bandhanam Mrityum Mrityam Amritam Om Mrityunjaya Swaha. For this reason, chanting the holy names of the Lord, like Lord Shiva, he is able to conquer death. Fear, even the fear of death, that will go. Even time cannot defeat death. And the Lord, therefore, Lord Shiva, therefore chants the names of the Lord. One who said, in the Bhagavatam, there's a recital of the pastimes of Sati Devi leaving her body, but you will never hear the Lord Shiva has died. His name is Mrityunjay, one who conquers over death. Thus, for this reason, he is called Mrityunjay. He is chanting always the names of the Lord. Even death pays his obeisances to Lord Shiva. For this reason, we should chant the holy names of the Lord. Whose name? Krishna, Govinda, Gopal. This is our instruction. We will have to leave this body one day. This body will be destroyed. After which, then our body, a subtle body, the Atma Shari, the soul will attain its goal. Just like a snake discards its skin. In the same way, at the time, by chanting the holy name of the Lord, when it's time to go to the abode of the Lord, He takes us to the eternal abode, His abode, and then we do not return to this material world. We don't have to go to the abode of death. One who chants the holy names, his sinful reactions are finished. They do not have to go to the abode of Ramaraj. One who wears tilak, one who has neck beads, and who chants the names of Govinda, death does not go to that person. Yamaraj and Yamaduta's servants do not go to that person. And Yamaraj told his servants where they should go and where they should not go. Vishpatvam. In the shloka of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Yamaraj says, in the pastimes of Ajamil, listen, where you should go today and where should not go. Those who chant the holy names of the Lord do not go to them. One who has folded his hands and paid his obeisances to the Lord do not go to them. One who has just once lowered their head to the Lord do not go to them. And one who follows Ekadashi, Vishnu Kritwan means one who follows Ekadashi. It's called Harivasa Tithi, Upawas. Upawas means one who stays close to Shri Hari.
एकादशी उपवास
Ekadashi Upavas
उपवास माने मतलब क्या है खाना
means
पीना नहीं खाना पीना
does not
नहीं
mean
करके कुछ खाना पीना नहीं
not to eat.
लोग सोचते हैं वही उपवास है
This people think
किंतु
that this
उपवास
is
में खास
upavas, but
किया
this is
है
not the real meaning of upavas.
एकादशी
On this day, on upavas, that we should stay close to the Lord by chanting His holy names.
किंतु एकादशी के दिन अधिक रूप से
And
भगवान
we all do at all times, but particularly on that day.
उपवास समीप
Upavas.
पास में निकट में
Upa
अर्थात
means
भगवान
in
के
a
नाम
bit
करने से
specific way
भगवान के
to
सानिध्य
stay
निकट में
close
वास हो जाता है
to the Lord.
एकादशी का जाए
One name of
एकादशी
Ekadasi,
उपवास कहा जाता है
Upavas.
शिवहरि वास तिथि कहा
Si
जाता
Hari
है
Vasartisi
अनेक
Vatartithi.
नाम से एकादशी कहा
And many names Ekadashi is
इसलिए
known.
हमें क्या करना चाहिए
For this reason,
एकादशी
we should
उपवास करना
Upavas follow this
आपके शरीर ठीक
vrat.
नहीं
If your body is not able to do this fast or this,
और क्या बोलते हैं दही ले लीजिए
you can take some milk, some yogurt, some fruit. But on Ekadashi, by any circumstances, we should not take any of the 5 types of grain. 5 types of grains: wheat, barley, dal, maize, chana, til, sarsu, sesame seeds. On Ekadashi day, in those grains, the sin resides. The sin of killing mother, cow, brahmana, all that which is sinful resides in those grains. For this reason, on Ekadashi today, we should not eat. If your body is strong, then you can do without water. And so people say, "No, don't drink water, or drink milk." Not like this. You should not drink any liquid, milk or water. And that day you should chant the holy names of the Lord. For this reason, it's called Sri Hari Vasa. Vasara Hari Titana Svidana. It's in the book. Sri Hari Vasare. On Ekadashi day, we should do Harinam, Sri Hari. For this reason, in this day, we should chant more and stay close to the Lord. The one who chants is actually in the presence of the Lord. Then it starts going So this reason we should chant the holy names of the Lord. Which names? This Mahamantra. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. For this reason, the human beings should chant the holy names of the Lord, taking mantra from Shri Guru and chant, your life will change. To the extent that I'm not saying to frighten you, I'm speaking the words of Shastra, scripture. The scripture says that if one who does not take the name from the Shri Guru, Gopal Mantra, Gayatri Mantra, after death, they go into the body of animals. They are not given a human body again. It is written in scripture that human who has been given such a beautiful body, and if they do not take Diksha and Mantra and they leave their body, after death, they will go into the body of animals, dog, cat, fox. They go into the body of animals. In the Upanishads, it has been explained. Yeah, there's one story. Once Narad Rishi, they came to one house. In that house, there was husband and wife. Narad Rishi came there, seeing the sadhu, oh please take some food at our house. Narad said, have you taken Diksha and mantras? They said, no. It says, I cannot eat in the house where they have not taken Diksha and mantras. I do not even drink water in such a person's house. They do not drink water from the hands of those who have not taken Diksha. By taking Guru, accepting Shri Guru. In this way, Narad Rishi said, how can I eat at your house? Hearing this, the husband and wife became sorrowful. They were lamenting that they could not serve the sadhu, and they did not take mantras from Shri Guru. The wife, being a little bit soft-hearted, she approached Narad Rishi for mantras. So the wife received mantra from Narad Rishi, and the wife offered. The husband said, I do not have time. I have to go to work and cannot have time to chant mantras. The husband did not take Nam, Diksha from Narad Rishi. After some time, after 20-25 years, they both left their bodies. Sometime this will happen. 10, 20, 25 years. We have to leave our body. You have to leave your body after 50 years, but certainly after 100 years you will have to leave it. Certainly, after 100 years, even Kali Yuga, 100 is exceptional. Both husband and wife left their body. But the wife took Guru mantras from Guru. Her next birth was in a royal family, and her husband took the body of an elephant. One took birth as a princess, and her husband took birth as an elephant. When the king arranged for the wedding of that girl, so in this assembly of marriage, the girl was very beautiful and very qualified. And so from many places, great kings had come, princes had come, like in the assembly of Sita. So many great warriors came. Only Ram and Lakshman were not there. Not only Ram and Lakshman, there are many others were there. In the same way, she came with a garland. Whose neck should I put this garland on? And seeing this elephant, she put the garland around the head of the elephant. What did the princess do? She put this garland on the elephant. Then she remembered her previous life. Remembering her previous life, that this elephant was her husband. Then you married this elephant? Then she said, yes, because he was my husband in my previous life. He did not take Diksha mantras. For this reason, became an elephant. Everyone lamented. What happened? Narad Rishi appeared at that time. It gave mantras in the ears of that elephant. And doing this, left a body and attained a beautiful body of a demigod. And then with that, princess attained the heavenly balance.
इसके तात्पर्य शिक्षा क्या है?
Meaning, what?
मनुष्य मात्र के क्या करना चाहिए?
What we should do is to accept mantras from Sri Guru and performing, following the rules and regulations, perform devotional practice. Therefore, from Sri Guru, we should take mantra and follow the regulative principles, and your human birth will be successful. Successful.
If you receive Diksha from Guru, then your life is happy. This is the process. So, क्या करना चाहिए? दीक्षा एक जन्म भजन कर लो.
Just one lifetime. Do this. See what happens. You will. I'm not saying this to frighten you. These are scriptural injunctions. Humans should do this. Take mantra from Sri Guru. And in Kali Yuga, it's very simple process. Have to do very much. Krishna, chant Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. For this reason, I'm praying, everyone, take Guru Mantra and do their bhajan, devotional practice, respecting everyone and performing your duties, taking care of your parents, and at the same time and perform devotional practices. Just like Jai Shri Didi is serving so much, my heart is melted. Night and day she is serving. She is serving her family, household, and serving in the temple. And Thakurji in the home. She also sweeps the house, cleans, or waking at 4 o'clock in the morning, does all her duties. And she also serves in the temple. Yeah. You put the camera on her. 90 years old. I'm amazed seeing her. The other day, she was washing the dishes without anyone telling her this is her sanskars, her natural tendency. That service tendency comes in the heart. There's no endeavor at all. Externally looks, there's bliss in the heart. It looks like there is some endeavor and externally, but there's so much bliss. By chanting, this bliss will come. You will dance. When this prem manifests, you will be rolling on the ground. These are the characteristics of transcendental love. You get so much strength. 90 years old. I'm amazed to see her service. It was 12 o'clock. She hadn't slept. She was serving. New Zealand, staying here. She's thinking of Vrindavan. And some people living in Vrindavan and thinking of here. Who is best? We're not saying you have to stay in Vrindavan. If you can, by your body, stay in Vrindavan, okay. But anyway, you can stay. It's not necessary that you stay in Vrindavan.
भजन कहीं भी हो सकता है,
You can perform your devotional practice from anywhere.
विधि
Vidhi
के
ke
विधान
vidhan
जान,
jan, hani labh sahi.
सीताराम
Sitaram, Sitaram kahi.
तुलसीदास जी
Tulsidas is saying,
जाहिर है भगवान की इच्छा ही है,
by
यहाँ पर
the
आने की
desire of the Lord, staying here, this becomes Vrindavan.
है। आपके घर वृंदावन बन जाता है,
Your house becomes
वृंदावन
Vrindavan.
जाना नहीं पड़ता।
You don't have to go to Vrindavan.
जिस घर में संत महात्मा पधारते हैं,
In that house where the sadhu comes and where there is recital of Hare Katha,
नाम चर्चा की,
where there is talk of the Lord's pastimes, that place becomes Golok Vrindavan. Goodbye. Sodana Simli Sali Banga Sukha Nasima Pai.
वो गृह क्या बन जाता है?
That house becomes Golok Vrindavan.
है। आज जैसे आपके घर में है,
Just like we have come to your house, the devotees have
ये
come.
गृह क्या बन जाता है?
This house becomes Golok Vrindavan.
है। जिस गृह में मांस मछली,
Where in that house there's no fish, eggs, no onion, garlic, that house becomes auspicious.
क्या करना चाहिए?
We have to perform devotional practice.
आश्रम,
This is our ashram.
तपोभूमि,
This is a place of austerity, performing austerities,
संत महात्मा की सेवा करना
and the place of serving the devotees.
है। ये गृह में क्या है? संत महात्मा ने बुलाते हैं।
We are calling the sadhus.
पवित्र है।
This is an auspicious place.
गृह की वृंदावन बनाए
This house should be made into Vrindavan.
हैं।
And make your heart into Vrindavan.
गृह के क्या बनाओ?
Make your house into Vrindavan.
पवित्र बनाओ।
It's make your body pure.
नाम जप करो।
Chant the names of the Lord. Yeah.
कैसे सब ठीक है? भगवान के नाम करो बस।
Chant the holy names of the Lord. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा
I'm very happy
इधर आकर के।
coming here.
यहाँ पर सारे लोग मैं देखता हूँ जिस घर में जाता हूँ,
Whoever I go to, every house is very pure,
पूजा आदि करते हैं।
and they read and chant, worship. I'm very pleased. I want to have a question. This mantra we chant, what is the meaning of each word? Hare means O Srimati Radhika, the original name of Srimati Radhika. Hara.
श्रीमती राधिका
So Srimati Radhika,
अपने नाम रूप गुण आदि के द्वारा कृष्ण के मन के भी हरण करती है।
she captivates the mind of Krishna. Hare.
और संबोधन पद से
And by
कहा जाता है हरे।
calling her in invocation is Hare.
इसके बाद क्या देते हैं?
Krishna.
हरे माने हे श्रीमती राधिका।
Oh Srimati Radhika.
व्यक्ति दूर में खड़े हुए
Like a person is standing at a distance.
बुरा हो।
How will you call them? Hi.
इंग्लिश में हेलो कहते हैं।
In English we say hello.
ठीक उसी प्रकार
In the same way, we invocation,
उसको क्या किया जाता है?
and we say Hare.
और कृष्ण शब्द का
And Krishna mean Akarshati Krishna.
संस्कृत में होता है कृष्ण ने आप
Okay. Krishna means to attract. Akarshati.
प्रेम ददाति समस्त जीव के
All the living entities we attract,
में संसार की वासना को दूर
and the material desires are washed away, and prem is manifest. This is why Krishna. Hare Krishna means Radhe Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Radhe Radhe. Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Sham Sham, Radhe Radhe. And that we have to chant the holy names of the Lord. When Bihari Lal ki Jai, Jai Shri Radhe Sham, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare